Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo and this is Transport Fever 2. Today I will try to make Oundle an industrial superpower, which means a lot of changes to the existing routes, adding more routes, lots more traffic in the area, and then you actually have to distribute this stuff somewhere. So let's look at the picture. Currently we have Eastham, I know we spent a lot of time here already, going up the hill with several cargo trains and different cargo lines. Not that one. This click on the train. There you go. This one goes 97 right now. That's wonderful. But the closer it gets to this, the more we have trains actually just stuck here. And this guy is actually going 90 downhill. That's cute, but they all have to go through the city, through Chagford, which is not ideal. I do know that I have to separate passenger and cargo line out here, but I don't love that idea. I don't love that idea, but I don't think I have a real other choice. Otherwise, this is just never going to go through. And the only real answer that I have for Chagford is, okay, this station has to be turned into a 6-line station or a at least a 4-track station, but 6 tracks probably is the most sensical right now, right here. But then there's still a ton of traffic going through here, and we are eliminating half of the, not half the city, but the city core effectively. Don't love that idea. The other option that we have is go up to Oundle from over here, Eastham, go up the hill, like take part of the same line. Note these 2 iron ore mines sitting right here and the 2 coal mines sitting right there as well. We could swing around and bring stuff up here to Oundle steel mill. That's one of them, and produce a little bit of steel. Then we get some steel in. Cool. We could bring stuff to the machine factory down here. Also cool. There are 2 grain factories, or farms, as they're called nowadays, sitting right here, which could work well with the hoppers. It's a little weird to have hoppers transport coal one way and grain the other way, but they will wash them out. Trust me, it's totally safe. We could have that. We also have a little bit of a quarry here. I'm not sure that I have conmats anywhere along the way, but that's an option that we would have. So we have hoppers coming up, hoppers going down. Okay, we already have a ton of wood, but we could produce more wood, which is important. I'm not trying to use this sawmill right here. I want to actually move this Oundle forest stuff to the current new other wood factory. Oundle West over here is doing a decent job. It is part of the current rail network that goes through the passenger line here, but I think I will actually redo this one entirely. And it could just be, yeah, I don't think I can actually remove the farms here unless I turn the other mode on. But there is a chance that, well, I could move a train station right up here next to the city that will connect this guy and the tools factory, and then we don't need vehicles moving that stuff around anymore. Instead, we have the oil refinery being transported to and from by truck. All of those things are options that we could totally, Marlboro steel mill, nobody cares, that we could totally put into action. But first, let's test out a couple things. The first thing I probably have to see is, Chagford, how many machine parts do you need? 24. Great. Eastham, how many do you want? You want 57, so we're nowhere near what we have to do. St. Ives, you would like another 57. We're like at 150 right now. It's nothing. Back up, you are at 65. We're at 200. Marlboro, can you save me? Yes, if we can get them out to Marlboro and 1 extra city, we would have the appropriate material delivery for all of those things. Who is delivering out to Marlboro right now? Marlboro grain supply, mid-stake train, box stake train. But you are, what is your managed line? Let's see what you're doing. Marlboro is actually the first one. You pick up from here and you bring the St. Ives East. Interesting. So there's a boxcar here, it just delivers to this place. And if I bring stuff to St. Ives East, which we do have access, there is access for St. Ives East, and we could have an easy access to cross back over onto the line to get back to Eastham. There's an opportunity to actually distribute all of the machine parts that we want. Okay, don't hate it. I don't think it's the best, but I don't hate it. And there's some conmats sitting over here, which I don't think I have conmats touched yet. anywhere, and there's 159 needed here. So we have a good opportunity to use the quarry down here. Okay, the quarry, yes, but what are you going to do with the grain? I think you already maxed out the grain everywhere that you went. All right, let us check. We have some more grain coming in here. That could be good, but we could have 2 grain cars coming down the hill. There's a food factory here that's already pretty much maxed out, and supplying wise, you are getting all 800 units. We're just not transporting everything, so that's a different problem that I should probably address at some point, maybe potentially. Are we overflowing here? Yes, this one is overflowing. Who? Are you going to expand this, or are you going to make it bigger? I think I will just replace all of them with a little bit more oomph, if you will. We could do... There are a lot of options here. This one is probably pretty good. Electric is always nice to have transport happening. How long are you? Waiting for free path, that's fine, but how long are you? This is why I don't want to add more trains, I just want to add that train. You are currently at 240 meters long. Got it. Okay, replace you again. Electric, yeah, this is totally a distraction, but I think it's necessary. This will be relatively heavy, so let's get a big train on there, and then you need to transport steak and box. Steaks and boxes. Okay. Steak. Let's do... Ooh, you want to do a diesel then? Do you want to do the EMD SD40? I am tempted because it's not the other one. We could have a double header here if we really wanted to. We don't need that yet, but let's do it American. Okay, American it is. Give me 90. That's what we have for steak cars right now, so that should be fine, especially since this one is not really utilizing those steak cars. Hold on. This one says conmats. Are you actually doing conmats here? Who's doing conmats in this area in general? Not you. Okay. I think Presol at some point was doing conmats, but it doesn't feel like you're doing that anymore. You are getting some conmats delivered. Okay, who's coming down here? Presol, conmats. Okay, follow you. They're going down here. Got it. Which means conmats probably get delivered out here, but currently there are no conmats being delivered because this guy is overloading already. You know what that means? The conmats that I could produce down in East Ham, or effectively here, construction material plants, we could deliver with the same train down to St. Ives East, and then it just gets distributed from here. That's cool. I have no interest in delivering 100% of everything everywhere, because for that you should get the expanded industry mod. Otherwise you don't have enough material actually being produced, because most of these deliver to like 1 or 2 large cities, and that's it. And look at these. All of these have a huge demand on conmats, so we could go really ham on producing more and more conmats, because here we have these 2 sitting here as well. We just need a couple more quarries. And what is the production line? Is it 1-to-1? It is 1-to-1. So we can use 1 quarry to 1 conmat and produce everything that we ever would care about. Interesting. You could also just deliver straight from here over across the hill and just drop the conmats off here, and they can figure out what they're going to do with it. That is not wrong. That is not wrong at all. All we really need is just 1 quick road connection, probably through here, through the city, and then they can take this path, get everything delivered. Maybe that's more sensical, because I don't see me dropping something off here with hoppers and then taking them back with steak car here just to take a steak car out from here to St. Ives East, because that's silly. Okay, you talked about enough. Let's get a couple things set up here. And did you figure out where you're going to put the grain? No, but I figured out what to do with the quarry and the conmats. And that is good enough. You guys want bread. There's no bread being delivered here. Now I'm looking for bread again. 24, we're now at 75 bread. 125 bread. There's nothing, and I don't think I see the food industry nearby. So no, let's just leave the grain alone. If we find a taker, yeah, this one, Marlboro, but we're not going to make it here in time unless I keep it turned on by delivering something in the meantime. Not high on my priority list. We have the food processing plant here that's currently completely untapped. That is not a non-option. but not high on my list either. There's some stuff happening here and here. This is just grain. Where does this grain go right now? Good question. Manage line. That was the wrong everything. Manage line. Where are you taking it? You're taking it pretty far. I remember that. Down here to Marlborough. So you're just taking it to that food processing plant, and that one is relatively full already. So there's nothing really we have to do here. No, I think you're just gonna wait. If there's an opportunity to do some food down the road, we can take that. But for right now, let's just expand things a little bit and see what happens. This one has to go simply because this is going to change a little bit with everything going on. What I would like is a snap bridge for a little while. We may have to get some embankment going here. Well, let's see how this looks. If I go from here, and I don't really want you to go too flat, but this may be okay. If I go from here into this area, can you get me a train station? That's okay. They can go under the bridge in just a second. You'll be okay. I promise. If I can get a train station in here, it will be digging itself into the ground. Don't love that. So actually, can you make this a little sharper, and then it may be easier? Actually, don't even worry about that. Do this first. Do the actual road connection. Something like this should get the point across. And then, nope. Maybe like this? Yes. Something like this will bring the point across. I want to make sure that I have the most direct access to that side. And I think that side we already have a pretty good access. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this will work. Then get me a train station. I want cargo for sure. I want definitely super long just to cheat the system a little bit. And then something like this. You want at least 4 tracks on here. True. Probably even 5 tracks because you need someone to park here for the iron too. Well, at that point you really just need 1 and add a bunch of track on the outside of it and you'll be fine. Okay, I'm trying to angle you a little bit this way so we're not digging into the hill more than we absolutely have to. I think that looks good. And then plop you in here, get the road connection, and no connection. Okay, no connection. Don't give up yet. There's still a chance that it will let me do this. Go curvy. There is not actually a road connection, tiddler, right where I wanted it. So let's try this again. A little bit of a straight connection there. A little bit of a curvy connection right here. And try to keep this as direct as you can, like that. And bingo. Okay, we got the connection that I wanted. Great. Talk to our friends over here and get a couple tracks in. This is going to be for mostly cargo trains to go through and do the thing that they want to do. How many tracks do you want? I know that I at least want 2, but I want to continue with 4 tracks on the outside of this because I think we will increase our train load a lot more. So no, honestly, you'll be better off if you just give yourself quad track so you can separate the different lines onto different tracks that hopefully always continue to run more or less. We'll see how that goes. That's fine. Sorry for zooming in and out a lot, but I think we are on a good path. I will take this one back just enough, hopefully, to get a reasonable turn into that station. And let's take the inside track first. Reasonable is, well, it's a judgment call for sure, but that seems to be doing exactly what I wanted. You do have quad track available now, if that is what you would want. You also have available kind of separated bridges here, which honestly look a lot nicer. So that's what we're actually going to do. Yeah, there's going to be a little separation there, which means the separation point at the very end here will feel more natural-ish. Great, natural-ish is what we're going for. I do think bridges go over industries, so let's see what we can see after this. That looks reasonable. There's nothing really wrong with that. How about you? Do you look reasonable if we do this? Yeah. Okay, I'm pausing because now I'm considering, well, do you really have to do this? Honestly, they have to join at some point. I'm okay with them joining right here on the ground. It should make our life easy enough to get all the connections that we want, so that's fine, that's fine. This one would join onto the main track right here, beautiful. Then this one, if you don't mind splitting out effectively right where you are, still give me something relatively fast. There you go, 113 for a cargo train. That is plenty. And now we're going quad track up the hill. Beautiful. You guys are complaining about a road connection. Yeah, we're going to reestablish that just in a little bit. Actually, no, just do it right now so it just goes away and we don't have to worry about it. You can get beautiful country road. There you go. Nope, not a bridge. Just straight. There you go. That's the spirit. You come down here. Excuse me. There you go. You come down here and perfect. They have a connection now. And they have some extra turn radiuses there, which means it will be harder for them to actually decide what they want to get. Now, we could deliver coal down here, but that's a lot of coal trains that we have to run around, which is kind of what we want, but not quite really. So let's keep on chugging along here. Now we have to pause because I want to move this whole thing over somewhere else. We just have 2 lines going through here, crude to oil, okay, and then we have stake cars and box cars. Okay, if I remove you from here, will you let me pick up that connection all the way over here? I think the answer is no, but I've been known to test out things to the limit and see if we get what we want. And I kind of feel like we want that train station to be right here. I'm pretty sure that we're not going to get the connection that I wanted, though. Yeah, it didn't pick that one up. It's too far away. That's fine. Let's wiggle it over just a little bit because that's not a real station yet. There we go. I thought, oh, it's gone. I'm never going to get it back, so that's bad. Also, we may pick up that station out there, which is not what I want. But for right now, if we put you there, nope, you still have the wrong connection. I want this one, Oundle West. Okay, get rid of that. Looks great. How about this? If I'm on that side of the road, no, you still get that Oundle one. I don't want this Oundle one. Okay, try again. Make something really short so we can actually just fit you in. Do you wanna connect to that thing? There you go. Now we got that station. That's what we wanted. If we go a little faster now, then these 2 should actually disappear. Just give it a second. It'll be great. And then we move them up the hill. So pause again, delete this. Yes, now move it here. It didn't pick it up. Damn it. There we go. Now it inched it over. Why do I care so much about this one? I don't really. It is more a thing of not having to move my lines over, but honestly this will probably be fine no matter what I do. These should come out just okay. I'm gonna do one more try and then I'm just gonna start moving the line itself in just a second. And everything is stuck right now. Everything is unavailable to do the thing that they want to do, and that's all fine. But let's see. Yeah, if I put you here, you're gonna take over that one. Beautiful. That's not what I wanted. Last try, and then I'm just gonna do the manual way, and that's totally fine. Get that one. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work because you are Oundle West. That's neat. Okay, pause. Delete from here. Move it up the hill. Yeah, no, it didn't get it. Okay, we're done with that. Whatever. You can figure out what you need to do. There's a truck line here that I also have to fix at some point, and you could have just not deleted that piece of road right there, but that's fine. Okay, go down here, remove that piece of road again, and then let's get our end station in here. This is a big station. I have no doubt about that. We can totally go for high speed. No, standard is fine because we are doing cargo. Let's get you connected. Not there, that's for sure. Page down. Nope. Comma. Yes, comma gets us down into the ground. I have no interest in... well, I don't want this if I can't make this connection, and I have to make the connection to the steel mill over there, otherwise this is not going to work. So, how about we get a little bit of flat ground? That should work. More strength, more size, no rotation. Cool. It's just more size. I missed something? There we go. There's a brush that I wanted. Strength can be all of it, because why not? Let's see. Yep, we're actually almost flattening out into that area, and then there's a little bit of a retainment wall sitting right here, because industrial look, right? Good, cool. You can connect right into here. There's a tiddler, that's what we needed, and you just would go right there. If you want a bridge there, that's fine, as long as you give me the connection. You're not giving me the connection yet. Got it. A little bit more of this, and then downhill from there. This is the most direct connection that I can get from there, and it looks like I still don't get it. Okay. Don't despair, because we can make this work. Take them back just a little bit. There's my road connection now. That's my target. And I'm most certainly going to get a connection in where I want it. I just have to make sure, oops, that we kind of align with the other pieces that also exist in the area. Right there, maybe. Road connection, yes. No tiddler. Can't do it without a tiddler. There you go. There's your tiddler. Now you got to connect it. Get rid of the road here. Go up the hill again. Make it a little more smooth. There you go. And then we're white. Great. Everything is highlighted. Everything is connected. That's what we wanted. We can take this back. Now, if the city feels like it wants to build out into this area, that's fine. We also get a little bit of free delivery from this, this yonder rail station. That's what it's called. Yeah, good job. That everything should be fine. I got a couple connections here. Cargo buildings right on the outside of that. A little bit more terraforming out of you. And why am I doing all of this? I'm just trying to get bigger. There's no other reason besides large stations are fun. Is this getting a little too big? Yeah, possibly, potentially. It's not unheard of. But yeah, I would like all of this to be just bigger than it needs to be. That's all. There's no other reason. We can, therefore we are. You go here. We do have trucks that can probably go a little faster now, so that one would need to be a little better. Take that one away, take you away, get me my road, don't upgrade, just drive. Okay. Try from here? Nope. Try from there. Yes. You would go there, you would go there, and then you just connect to whatever road we already had here. And, I think we would probably want one of these guys to actually access the city. So I may have to build a little bridge thing over here. And this was also stupid because the rail is going to go through here. There's no room for this stuff. All right. Cargo tracks. Cool. This should be fine. We do know that we have quad track planned. So let's see. Let's see what connections we can make out of that. This is our 2 tracks in. If we have quad track coming up here, it would be a good idea to have quad track actually just combined right there. And then on this side, I'll keep it relatively simple. Let's take this back a notch. But all I really want is a simple smooth curve over to that side and a simple smooth one to this side. When the game is fighting you, when you're trying to make these connections, then take this back and make the X with symmetry. Because I made this flat on purpose. You can now do that side here and this side here. That X generally happens and exists just fine. And then you can just add one more connection on either side, and the game should be relatively happy to accommodate you. So there you go. There's our new The new system allows you for triple track connectivity things over here, so that's exciting. You guys are doing all of the double slipping already, so that should be fine. You can go wherever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can go across there. You can go here. You could not connect to that side. Okay, let's give you that. I know that this is a little bit of a bottleneck right now, but maybe that should be fine because everyone just needs to be able to go everywhere. Cool. After that is done, since we have money, we can just roll right down here and see how this connects. There is just tunnel. No. No. No, no. No, 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 no. That is not how this is going to work. If all you give me is tunnel, then what we're going to do is start our descent. Yes, there is a tunnel here, but I would like that tunnel to come out of the ground at some reasonable point. It doesn't have to be most effective or the most direct route because the cargo trains generally don't care all that much. But that, for example, is too much. Still too much, still too much. Let's just try to elevate it. And you can see how deep that guy is underground here. No, I'd much rather traverse up the hill a little bit because to be fair, to be honest, there's also the part that actually if you make this a little sharper downhill, maybe that's going to be a little better. There's also the part where trains, if they have to go up this hill being fully loaded, just don't want to drive that fast, and we can try to work against that a little bit too. This is as steep as I can go downhill. That's fine, and I'm okay with a little bit of a bridge here. That's totally bridge. It's a tunnel, buddy. That's totally acceptable. And then if you swing around here, where are you want to come out? Still just right here. That's just... I don't know that I have a choice. We're just not going to see any of our trains going up and down the hill here besides at the very end and the very start. That is not what I really, really wanted. Okay, so what was the alternative? You could swing left first, then right, and then try to go down. I think at least it will be prettier. It will be much prettier than whatever's going on here, so that's what we're going to try. Just give you more... Oh, we could do a helix. You could do a helix. Helix is quite attractive at times. Let's do this first. Stay flat. Let's go out here. A couple fields get removed. Nobody cares. A little bit of roads in the way. There shouldn't be a problem here because I think all of our connections are connected to something somewhere. So that's fine. This one needs to be connected to something eventually, but that's all good. This one actually looks like you may have gone uphill a little bit. I don't want you to be uphill. I definitely don't want you to go flat. I want you to go down. Down, down, down. That's 104. 120 is the target. Okay. Where would you come out now? You would do a lot better already. No, you wouldn't. Nope. It's still... This hill is too steep. Just way too steep to do anything of that sort at all. So we have to go down here. Still can't see anything. And then go back 120. Now, I'm always trying to go back to the actual connection point, because without that, we may not see the train. So yeah, if we go up here, it's just not right. It's just not the way that I want it to look. Okay, I think we're gonna go full kernel failure and approach this with a simple helix, a large helix, probably a double helix, but above the ground at most situations. So let's see what we can do there. I don't actually remember when he did the last time a helix, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work for real. The only target that we are working towards now is stay above ground. Okay, stay above ground, mostly. Or already adjusting our expectations here. There is a tunnel, but we're already out of the tunnel. Perfect. That's totally fine and gives us a little bit of a peekaboo moment, which is great. So we would go here. Okay, we're still going downhill. And now... the Helix here is not going to help you. What makes you say that? The Helix here is simply going to be really wide, really long, and honestly, like an 80 Helix is probably going to be fine. Can you go one that's a little faster? 85 Helix. That's not super slow. That's not fast, but it's not super slow. If we can go 85 up here, our cargo trains probably can't go much faster than that anyway, so an 85 speed limit doesn't feel like a showstopper, and if we go underground a little bit in that area, that's also not a showstopper at all. And still, it's still like, yeah, no, ooh, 1M. I clicked M one time, and now it's just like, yep, I got you. That's the winner. That's all I wanted. Was this worth it? You could argue no, but we get to see more trains. Okay. I think that was worth it, totally. Now I have to connect all of this, don't I? Yes, yes you do. And don't trust that the game gives you all the connections. Oops, too many buttons clicked at once. Don't trust that the game will just give you all the correct snapping points, even if you start in the right snapping point. I think you will end up with deleting a lot of things here at the end, so just pull them back through and see what happens. While I'm doing this, maybe I should say, if you guys have any aspirations of things that you would like me to try that I haven't done yet, we are at a pretty good point in the series where we can start doing some more, maybe silly things, is the wrong way to describe it, but yes, silly things, because we have, the game is beat. There's nothing that we can do, well, no, I can still fail, to be fair. I can still fail. We can still get... Nope, this is not where I wanted you. There we go. I can still fail. There are still things that can make us bankrupt. There will be... You have to try hard to go bankrupt now. Effectively, you have to break all your lines or block them on purpose. But it's not impossible, it's just improbable, which are not the same things, in case you're curious. That seems to have... See... The thing that I said before, the snapping, it doesn't do the snapping the way you would expect it to do, which is unfortunate. Now I feel like, I think I can address this by just pre-placing all of the 4 bridge connections over here. Maybe that's good enough. All right, so you go down there, that looks fine. You from there would go right out here and to the tunnel connection. That's fine. And then you should have no problem staying connected to this thing. There's just too much track going on here. It's easy to lose track, and then you click the non-blue button and then you lose all your connections again. Cool. That looks reasonable. But yeah, what should we do? I'm not gonna do... I have no plans on doing anything with ships. I think that ship has sailed. It's just... Ships are a wonderful way to get started. I did see in the latest announcement for the Transport Fever crew that they were praising the mods and the wonderful ship mods out there, and one of them is actually part of the thumbnail for that whole post. But we're playing modless. I don't think I have a single mod in this game today in this save, and I am happy with that because I do like playing games just mostly vanilla. They usually give me what I need. They usually, well, so, yeah, they usually supply everything that you need to make any of that happen. So I don't feel the need to add anything. Therefore, I'm okay with just sticking with what we have. And ships, the vanilla ships are fine. They're a great way to get started, but we don't need them anymore. Are you snapped? You are, I think that's snapping. Okay, snappage accomplished. Very, very good. I think that looks like an okay Helix. Yes, we are extending the distance our cargo trains have to drive just a little bit, but I think it will be fine. And we can increase the capacity a lot for all of them, which is really the main thing that I'm doing down here. As we get closer to the... Do you really want a full crossover here, or do you want something a little more sophisticated? I think we can start with this. Why don't you just put it in the middle? You could totally put this in the middle. okay, let's do something here. Pull you out this way so the train can get off the main track relatively soon. 120, beautiful. And then you get a little bit of starting room and just pop over here. 120. Okay, this should be fine. I don't think it should interfere with all that much, especially if you go onto the inside track. Otherwise, the right way to do this is put a station in the middle and just have the train peel in and then peel off, but without crossing any other tracks, which is going to be very easy to do if that actually becomes a problem. So I think we're okay with what it does now. Let's make this adjustment right now. Cool. Looks gooder. Great job. Well done. So we can go all the way up here. There is our hello there bear sitting, just being happy, which is great. This looks amazing. I am very happy we did it the way that we did. All of the things still have to be connected. That's a little scary because it's not done yet at all, but we're gonna get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gets us across. Beautiful. Get me a normal road bridge. Sharp turn road bridge? I guess so. I guess that's what we're doing now. You can go into whatever's going on here, and then yeah, we can just pretend that this road never existed. Also, you never had any production or anything. Marlboro Food Factory. Close forever, disappears at operational. Yeah, that's fine. wasn't sure what was happening there, but it looks like everything is just doing what it's supposed to do. Let's upgrade you to real road. That looks good. And then this one, we'll have to get a real connection, so we can take this one back. Upgrade you. Nope, there we go. Upgrade you to real road, and then that will be fine. This track will have to be removed. This road will get removed right now. They can just go through the city because there's nothing else going on this side. Okay, so far so good. We have the trains going, well, technically being able to go that way now. I will need to add a couple signals really quick so they understand where I want them to actually move. These have to be one way, otherwise it's not going to work. One there, and then one here and one here. That's really just to get trains in and out of the section, and that should be okay. Outdoor siding, boards, swap. Yes, I have to figure out what I'm going to do with all of those because currently they're not in the right place, but we will get to that soon enough. Down here, track is high-speed track. That's a little misleading because none of these trains are going to be very high speed, but it will get us to what we need. And I'm sorry, I know we've done a lot of this, call it refactoring, but let's do it one more time to get all of these trains organized onto the right track. And we do have, let's see here, this is one station. Interesting. We have 4 cargo tracks on the left and then some passenger tracks on that side. Okay, keep that in mind when you build something. I won't. That's fine. You would go there. You would go here. Let's snap together. Easy enough. You ideally get access to both of these. Okay, we're not destroying any buildings. That's wonderful. What do we have? Probably going from over here all the way over onto this side. And you could say, you know, now it wouldn't be a bad idea to just flip your passenger and cargo traffic, and it wouldn't be wrong. It just doesn't feel like what I want to do quite yet. So cargo traffic. Cargo traffic would want to go there. Okay, that's fine. I think we are okay in a lot of aspects here, but we're not quite ready with everything yet because, yeah, this side cannot access the opposite side. And we can do all of this with a very simple crossover and double slip switches everywhere, but they will also slow us down. It will get you started though, which is probably all you need to worry about right now. So that's what we're gonna do. You can go there, you can go there, you can go there, which means if a train goes over here, goes into there, you will have a chance to go through the same double slip switch and get onto the back track. Cool. With that in mind, let's give you quick access to a depot that we removed earlier. in that one. A little bit of terraforming, zoom out a little bit so you can actually see something. Make this more smooth. Beautiful. Good job. Well done. This can totally be optimized and organized, but we're not doing that right now. I like this embankment a lot, so we can leave that alone. Let's go talk to our crude oil. Okay, crude oil, manage line. Instead of going to Oundle West, you will now go to out here, Oundle Central, of course, and no longer do that stuff. And you can pick any of the platforms that you're so inclined to go to. Beautiful, well done. Okay, stake Oundle, manage line. You can do the same thing. You go there. No more of this. Oundle Central, and you can pick any of the platforms that you can have access to. Beautiful. So you should have no problems going out here. There may just be a couple vehicles that need to be turned around that currently don't have access to the thing that they want to go to, but we can get them stationed soon. You may have noticed that I haven't added any new lines or anything else here. This is just pure chaos right now, but I think we'll get there. Board tool swap. So this one was required because we were moving boards from the train station that was here to tools and then bring tools back to the thing that they were before. No longer necessary. That's good. Jack tool delivery, you're going from effectively there to there. That's fine. I think there's probably going to be one here. No, you're going down there for delivery. Interesting. Where do you get your fuel from? Oh, fuel gets delivered to Oundle. Oh, really? Oh, that's neat. And then Ound tool delivery is also just stuff here. So everything already got delivered into the city, which is great, which means there's one more cargo train going through here, which I don't have to worry about. Awesome sauce. Oundle West, nobody here. Great. Board tool swap. This one can actually get deleted entirely. So let's select all of you. There's no more tool swap going on. If I have to replace any of these trucks, then that's fine. We'll take care of that eventually. Wood. Wood comes from down here. So instead of you going to Oundle Annex, you will now go to Oundle Central, which is not going to be a problem. You get rid here. You come out here, Oundle North, I suppose. And you're really doing the same thing. Remove that station because no longer needed. Easy enough. These should all be kind of connected. There's nothing here, there's nothing here, there's nothing. There's board tool swap still going on here, but this line doesn't actually exist anymore, so we can just delete it. Yep, and done. Cool. They can figure out a couple things. Let's see, what do we need? We need the Oundle oil refinery swap now. Okay, let's get rid of this train stuff before I get confused by all of this, and then we're gonna flip all the trains around. They will need brief access. Interesting. They will need brief access to cross the lines, but we can do that relatively manually and relatively safely. So that will happen in just a minute. Get me a connection. Probably just one platform. I would prefer the one on the left. Good. Because then it can drive in first and exit later. That should be fine. There's no tentacle. No, there's a tentacle. Beautiful. And you will be trucks that just transport fuel from both sides. So, this is new line. Truck. Oundle. This is the Oundle tanker truck. Road, truck, Oundle tanker. Cool. You can just drive. I don't need you to be efficient or do anything super effective here. I just need you to do things. Do we have a truck depot? Yes, we do. Give me a cargo truck that can handle this. You look great. How about 5 of you? Oundle truck tanker. Beautiful. Done. 3 trains. Really not a lot. You're already close by. You're a little bit in an awkward place, though. That's okay. You know what we could do? What line is this one on? You are on line South Crude Oil. You're on line Stake Oundle, and you're on line Stake Oundle. Okay. They're not quite where I wanted them to be. And of course, you're in a tunnel. That's annoying. You are out here. You're actually easy to turn around. So we're just going to start with you. Quick crossover. There you go. Flip you around. That's the wrong one then. This one. Okay. Flip you around. Go. Get out of here. The other one is right here, and I think the game will just allow me to do this anyway, so we may as well flip you around. There are signals like right where I don't want them, so it's not going to help. But do you want to go this way? And then talk to you and flip you around. You're like, there you go. Just go. Just get out of here. This one can go away. There's not going to be a free path for you. You just have to go. You, crude to oil. You also have trouble, I'm pretty sure. So we have to just turn you around with the same connection. I just deleted, but whatever. You go there. You go there. You go turn around. Go. It's too long. Where are you? Where's the end of your train? There. Just bridge connections are always silly. Waiting for free path. Of course you all are. That one is already driving out. That's great. Okay, I think there's only one more train that is stuck in the tunnel, which is unfortunate, but okay. Probably right here. It's not a bad place for you. Construction not possible. No, it is. Just let me do it. Can't do it because there's stuff in the tunnel construction. Okay, you flip around. Is that good enough? No. Okay, signals? I would have felt that should have been enough. The problem is I can't really see where that train is. How close can we get? How... Okay. You are pretty far. Don't know why it won't let me do the thing, like actually going uphill. But you should have been able to use the bypass that I just gave you. Let's try that again. There's my train track. There's this one. There's no signal in here as far as I can tell. So if I put you there, flip you around. There we go. I did it now. Beautiful. I wasn't sure. I don't know why I didn't do it before. But there you go. Remove that piece of nonsense track. We could, please. There we go. And now everyone should be ready to go. The only thing that we don't have is actual signals set up here yet. But they will come now. Okay. The next problem is, now that we've done this huge mess production, we now have to set up the lines to actually bring the coal and iron somewhere, and there's no way we're going to get that done today. So apparently I set up a task for us to do next time, which is actually get those things all connected and moving, which is super exciting, I know. But it also means that there's a lot more stuff that can be done in this series, which that's exciting. Yeah, we don't have any machine parts being delivered yet at all, so that's definitely something that's high on my list that I would like to get done. So that'll be good. Put you here, put you here, put you here. Just put some signals in reasonable places, and then we should actually see a lot of increase of our traffic. The thing that I do have to do is actually go in and update the lines that we already have to use a different track. The thing where it's a little annoying is I would like them to just use them the correct tracks automatically, but you can't do that unless you have dynamic platforms sitting everywhere in between. But since I haven't really set them up for that, they're all going to try to get to the same place the fastest they can, which means they all go through the same signal out here. And that sometimes is just not as optimal. But ooh, the game actually decided already. Yep, I can use 2 sides over here, no problem. The only thing that I can't do is, let's see, give me self-crude. Okay. Oundle Central, perfect. Then I just want you to go to the outside. There you go. And now you actually have individual tracks. We could have them run into one station, one platform, and not through this giant diamond out here, but I think we're okay for now. You don't have to stop. You can do whatever you want to do. This one has to be connected to the network somewhere and just deliver to that track right there. That's fine. Oh, that's interesting. The new line that I just created, I kind of ignored that there's no good way to access East Ham from there unless I send the hopper cars all the way down here, which I don't think I want to. So what I'm going to do instead is have the St. Ives branch probably just truck stuff over here and then have the trucks drop off in Upper St. Ives. Oh my goodness. Words. Hard. So difficult. It's ridiculous. Okay, I do think we have enough time to set that up. Then just how are you going to get the coal in? You need 2 coal deliveries. If you were really cool, you could have another station sitting right here that just has the coal responsibility, but I think we're already going relatively steep downhill. If this is almost... No, this is not flat. There's no way this is flat. You could still connect the coal runner right here, and then you have the second coal runner right there. Or, I like the ore. This is going to be very easy. It's going to be a little crappy with traffic, but I think it will be relatively easy overall. All we really need is super long and 2 tracks. I was hopeful there for just a second. All we really need is super long like this, and we can make the platform a lot longer than this if we really wanted to. Oh, we have a chance to go on the tunnel. Go above the tunnel. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Get me a street, get me whatever street, get me a straight piece of street right here that connects to our mine. Excuse me, I need a mine connection. Would you mind? No mine connection. Collision. Where is an actual access point? There's an access point right here. This may not work. You just connect into that. Did you do it? Yes, you got it. Okay. Can you please connect on this side as well? I think this one may just be a little too far away. There are ways to make this work, for sure. Just don't know that I want to go to that length just yet. There is an extra access point right there. I don't know that the access point's in the back at all. You would go there, and you would go here. And I don't see a highlight yet. Yeah. If we look at the white lines, they just barely go to here. So there's still quite a bit of space to this coal mine that we can't get to yet. All right, that's unfortunate. Get me a drop-off building right here, and they can just turn around there, and get me a pickup building right here. Honestly, super short is fine. Right there is good. We don't even need this road anymore because now that becomes superfluous. I can get connected here. Get me a road connection through there. Beautiful. And this one can just feed into the side because we still need to get a truck on this. There's a truck available out there. There's also a truck available somewhere else. Different road directors decided to build the road here, so that's why it's kind of out of whack a little bit like that. That should be okay. Get me some cargo tracks and see what I can connect here. Thank you, autosave. Probably needed you. What I would like to do is split out the coal line and go over here into here. There's more bridge than there's much more bridge than I anticipated. Okay, there we go. That is something I can deal with, but there's a little more of this air loop than I wanted. So that can go here. Easy enough. Lower it down again until everything is nice and in the ground. Beautiful. I think that is an indicator that this may... No, this is not... This going up a little bit, but not in a ridiculous amount. Maybe just a little more ridiculous than it needs to be. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Yes. There's that connection, and then this side would just feed... Well, there's this one in the way. I knew that. We have to go around that. Just like this. We could, obviously, if we wanted to connect our... There we go. We could connect our stone delivery also through train, but I think I'd much rather do a truck delivery for that, because it will be much less volume. Looks a little funny. This all looks a little funny. So let's just see how this plays out when we're done with it. There is a small chance for a bridge right here. Nope, not doing it. Let's do period, over, very good. Over on this side as well, yep. Because all I need out of you, and I think it's funny that there's a little bit of an embankment here instead of the normal bridge behavior. You can go that way, you can go that way, that's fine. I just need you to connect so I can actually get my trucks down here. That's okay. You just get onto the normal track. Beautiful. Get some real road, which means you go away, and you go away, and you go away, and then we can set up a couple more lines and we should be able to go. Look at the trains already zipping by. Looks like they're doing what they're supposed to do, so that's great. If we want to bring coal from there to there, you can definitely wait until full. This is a Oundle coal truck. Beautiful. Probably just need like 2. I don't think I need any more than that. What do you have available? We have this one for coal. Perfect. Give me 2. And you go down here. Oundle coal truck. Beautiful. That one can do that. That's the first one. Then I need 1 line. How are you going to get this one connected to that depot? You don't. You have to put another depot up here in the city. Okay, I'll do that. That's a small price to pay. This is going to be also wait until full. Yeah, 3 minutes, whatever, it's fine. Oundle coal train. That's good. It's already connected with as much as it needs and has the right thing there. That looks great. The next one is Oundle iron train. Wait until full. That's fine. Where'd you go? There. Oundle iron train. Cool. Let's get a depot. Where are you gonna put a depot here? That's an excellent question. Can we probably find us to go here? Well, that really just connects to the outside track. That's not quite what you wanted. You could cheat your way into this a little bit. Okay, I found a cheat. There's 2 ways to do this. I can either extend this a little bit, or I can subtract it a little bit, and then use a normal piece of track, like so. Keep it flat, that's important, and just have it go to about the end of here. That should be fine. Then get your building, let it snap right to the track right there, and now it looks like this is all built in. And it's just one quick depot. And the only thing you have to do is make sure that you extend out your... don't have your track extend to the end of the station. That's all you had to do. And this is what it looks like. And I don't dislike it. So deal with that. What trains are you going to use? I think American. Give me something that is 150 meters long. Sure. Diesel wise, for one, I'm going to have the GP9. This is going to be the coal line. So steak, Oundle steak, coal trains. Cool. Interesting. Didn't know I did that. I could do the TE3. That one I actually like. This one, you don't have enough beef. This one is probably appropriate for the next one. Okay, that's the iron train. So you go in. Also get me these, but I would like a more serious color. What the? That's not what I clicked on at all. I said this guy, this color, with that, orange. Okay, make this one closer to 240 meters. Give me 2 of these, and this is gonna be the iron train. Oundle iron train. Cool. At least they know what they're supposed to do. And now we'll just see what they want to deliver and how they want to do all those things. Looks like you're already overloading my station, which is not ideal. So let's get a couple more cargo buildings in here. So you have stuff to store while nothing is going on. That's fine. And then you don't want to go there. Okay, that's fine. Let's see how much that there's enough space for now, at least. Should be fine. Train tracks signal right here. You need to be able to come in there. You would go here, and here we're just, I know I'm adding a couple extra signals that are not necessarily necessary, but that should be okay. Currently there's just one train, so signals are not really necessary at all, but I think we'll be okay. Now that one is here. Great. We still have to deliver out to the machine factory, which, okay, we could have one going straight from the source. Okay. Do you want to go through the city, or do you want to go out here? Without this, there's not much iron that we actually get to produce, so I'm tempted to make this complete right now, so I don't have to think about it later again. This is part of the problem. Once you get into the situation where you beat the game, you have to make up reasons to do certain things, and this is definitely one of those reasons where I'm just making up stuff just so we can continue building. And we have not built this part before, so this is certainly new. It's just a little silly for sure. Now, the machine parts can just go down here. We already have a boxcar sitting there. Looking at, did it actually remove that the right way? Yes, it did. Okay. Take that out, take that out, take this up. Make this flat. There you go. Because I would like to put a truck stop here, and I'm hoping the truck stop can actually deliver straight onto that train station over there. That'd be nice. Road, building, cargo. One platform is probably fine. Just make it longer. On the left side, as you can see, it is connected to the train station over there, which is great. Let's get this all nice and flat. Then we're gonna just smooth it out. Smooth, 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 smooth. Okay, that looks good. That's connected. That's getting steel. Okay, we're gonna take our steel over here, but we're also gonna take wood over there, and we're gonna take back machine parts. That's honestly all good things. Which also just translates to one train line. There's just going to be one truck line running back and forth between all of that. Okay. A, B. I'm not going to make you wait for anything, but this is the machine run. Because we already have boxcars set up everywhere, they will just take whatever is getting delivered here to Oundle Central somewhere else. And I'm assuming East Ham already has a couple machine parts that it needs. Some of the machine parts may make it back to Oundle Central, because we should have probably at least, yeah, there's tools. Tools go into trucks, and they will get delivered as well. How about I just duplicate these? Yes, all of them. Thank you. There's a truck line. What trucks do we have? All we really need is the bigger transport everything trucks. How about 4? You will be on the machine run. Perfect. Now it's all set up. Woohoo! I'm almost done with everything. But there's more to do. What is more? What main thing is there more to do? Currently, you're already filling up. Beautiful. Currently, the main thing that I have more to do is I need to get the machine parts from here out to St. Ives, and then just really into St. Ives East, because this one is the one that expects most of the machine parts to come in. Where do we actually produce the machine parts? Not there, not there. There are machine parts here, but where are they coming from? Where are they coming from? Not from East Ham. Okay, St. Ives, where do you get your machine parts from? Suppliers. Machine parts. Bury St. Edmunds. Construction materials. Wow. You are all the way down here. I see, and this one is not helping that it's not actually... There's too much stuff sitting around here. How about we do 4 extra? No depot found. Interesting. You know how we solve that? We solve that very easily by adding another building back here. At this point, it doesn't really matter, right? Adding a vehicle right here, and then go 1, 2, 4 extra trains doing this thing, hopefully overloading everything that we have going on a little more, and then realizing that there's a piece of track that I never completed before we still have to go to Totnes and to everything out here, because there are more towns that would like to join our network. I like it. Okay, I think this helps. I definitely think this part helps for our cargo transport that we had in this area, and it should help our passenger transport that is happening here. This one will probably start getting overloaded in vehicles that we have going through there, but the frequency should be better in general here now for both sides, so most of our trains should actually start making more money because of how we have it set up, but we may just keep an eye on that. Cool! Thank you so much for watching. I am going to follow this guy on the way out. Let's do that button, that button, that button. And we will see if we can enjoy that Helix that we've built today so nicely. And I will see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you then. Until then, bye-bye.